Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode. Today I'm going to be showing you guys a Temur pump deck list. You may be saying, what does that mean, Amir? Well, it's a deck that is based around using pump spells to hit your opponents for tons of damage in a singular swing and just knock them out of the game like that. So, before I get into the deck list, if you guys have any decks that you want me to check out or any suggestions you have, you can leave them in the comments below. I'll be sure to check them out. Always looking for new deck lists to try. But without further ado, let's get into the deck tech. So, the deck is very light on creatures. It only has 13 creatures, 4 Fervent Champions, 2 Dreadhorde Arcanists, 4 Dorats, or Sprite Dragons, and 3 Lord Drakis. But it has 3 Incubation Incongruities to help you find some creatures. So, the idea of the deck is to play pump spells like Infuriate and Giant Growth, as well as Collision Colossus, Domri's Ambush, etc., to grow your Dorat, grow your Dreadhorde Arcanist, grow your Fervent Champion, and fling it at them after combat, Raking Claws, give it double strike, but just take them out in one singular swing after they tap out. So for 1 mana we have 4 Fervent Champions. This card is in the deck. It doesn't really synergize with Lord Drakis, but it's in the deck nonetheless because it has First Strike, and when you're really looking to take your opponent out with one smash, one singular attack, then you don't want them to be blocking you. And the First Strike really just stops people from blocking you, because once they see the first pump spell, they don't really think, what if I could die here? They think, what if I could lose my creature? So this is really good. Also, I needed to put mostly 4 of creatures in this deck, and this creature just gets better in multiples because they pump each other knights in the deck, but it pumps itself. I mean, it pumps other ones of it, so it gets better in multiples. Opt, basically just to help sew the deck together. Couldn't find another 1 mana pump spell, so Opt came in instead. Infuriate, 1 mana plus 3 power, great. Giant Growth, 1 mana plus 3 power, great. Dreadhorde Arcanist lets you use a pump spell on it and then get back the pump spell. Only 2 though, because it can be a little slow in some matchups, and you'd much rather have your Dorat plus a pump spell than Dreadhorde Arcanist, because they get much worse in multiples. Then we have 4 Sprite Dragons. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you put a +1/+1 counter on it. This is awesome. Again, same reason people don't want to block it, because they don't know how huge it can grow. So you can really do a lot of damage with this. This is what mainly wins me my games on turn 4. One last tap plating. There's no dive downs in the format. It sometimes works. It works sometimes when your opponent is trying to single target removal your Sprite Dragon, and you can just get them and put a counter on it and then untap and kill them. But it's only 1 because I don't really feel great when I have it in my opening hand. But anyways, 2 Flings, 3 Raking Claws. Basically do the same thing, allow you to hit for twice as much damage, but the Raking Claws is better because it can cycle, and you can get back with Lord Drakis after cycling it. But Fling is also really good because you can do it at instant speed if you think your opponent has a counterspell up. Domri's Ambush, bit of removal, bit of growth, everything you really want in this deck. Lets you get rid of Planeswalkers and still be able to attack face. Lord Drakis gets you back a spell after you cast it. This is the only thing stopping you from playing Lurrus. So maybe you could cut it to play Lurrus, but then you'd have to splash another color. Maybe you could play Lurrus just for like the fake outs to get your opponent a bit. But next up we have Incubation Incongruity. Really good if you can go Infuriate onto a Dreadhorde Arcanist, recast this, exile something, give them a 3/3. Can't kill their Dreadhorde Arcanist, can't kill your Dreadhorde Arcanist with it. It's just really good overall, really good utility. And then Collision Colossus mainly for the +4/+2. Then I'm pretty sure the deck runs 21 lands. Yep, 21 lands because the curve is very, very low. But without further ado, I'll see you guys in the games. Hopping into the games, trying out my Temur Pump Spells deck list, there will be a link to the deck list in the description below for you guys to check it out in case you want to build it. I think it's a pretty cool deck. Tons of fun to play. Not the most competitive, but still tons of fun. And it only really uses uncommon wildcards and a few rares, mainly uncommon, so it's cool to build if you've got a bunch of uncommon wildcards. But anyways, let's get into the first game. Here we have turn 1 Trio, turn 2 Arcanist, Dorat, and then just go off. On the play, no companion for the opponent. This, I'm sure if you had more wildcards, you could put in the rare lands into the deck, like more shock lands, take out some of the triomes, but I don't have them, so can't do that. So, Dreadhorde Arcanist here. Nice turn 2 play. Opponent has to Myers Grasp it to kill it. Deadweight does not quite do it. But it looks like they're gonna Myers Grasp. Yep. Draws a card, kills our thing. Not the best start. But probably gonna hold Infuriate if we draw a land. Not draw a land. Okay. To make sure the Dorat does not die, we're gonna go double Fervent Champion, get in 4 damage. And if they kill both, well then they kill both. Nothing really to say. Opponent plays a 3rd land. Vanishing Lights on a Fervent Champion. Glad I did not play Doran. I'm actually building a deck similar to this. If you guys want to see that, make sure to tell me in the comment section. It's Umori enchantments. It's kind of like mean Umori enchantments though. Opponent probably not going to block here, because it has first strike. Nope, they're going to block. If we get to kill their Hateful Idol on that, will be awesome. But they're probably not going to block. If they don't block, we're not going to pump. Going to make sure we don't lose Dorat to a Deadweight. They're going to block though. Alright. I'll Infuriate. We have 2 green mana to use each turn. I'll Infuriate the Fervent Champion. Kill their Hateful Eidolon. Grow the Dorat. Now, not so worried about Deadweights and stuff because they're not drawing any more cards off of them, so they're 1-for-1ing us, which is not the best, but as long as you have a 1 creature, we're looking great. Dreadhorde Invasion for the opponent. Not sure why they aren't playing Umori. Probably gonna find out at some point. Maybe it's the opponent Angelic Gifts to draw a card. Yep. Pretty classic play. We get to run out a Dreadhorde Arcanist and hit them for 3. Hold up the Giant Growth just in case. Plus we have enough mana to play this stuff anyways. When it gets a 1-1. Probably going to use it to start blocking Fervent Champion. They're taking the damage every turn though. All that glitters. With Power Forward Greater. So that works. So next turn they can attack us with a 6/6 Lifelinker. So we're gonna try and close the game out. Plus Angelic Gift. Oh my god. Yeah, if that had haste, they would be attacking for 6 lifelink right now. Drew a land. Probably gonna play that out. And now let's see what the plan is. I'm thinking Colossus. Ooh. I almost missed this. Now that it has flying, we can knock it out of the skies. Sorry, that was really loud. Now I think we can kill them, so that's great. Pump the Arcanist. Swing in with the team. Use Arcanist to get back Collision Colossus. Cast it with... And opponent scoops it up. That's pretty sweet takedown. I'll see you guys in the next game. Peace. Alright, hopping into the next game. Let's see what we're up against. Playing it, Temur Pump Spells. Took down blue-white, black-white enchantments. Against W Duck with the Vivian avatar. Maybe playing Gruul Fires. Playing Umori, so there aren't an Umori list. We have Dorat plus Collision plus Raking Claws. This hand can be very explosive, but we do need some sort of cheap pump spell to get it going. If we draw a cheap pump spell into land, this could be a very easy game. Another Dorat is also really good too, though. Opponent is probably just going to race us, imagining they're not playing too much removal after seeing Umori on creatures. Okay, there's a Dreadhorde Arcanist. That makes life a little bit more interesting, but I think we just go for... I mean, what are we looking to do next turn? We're looking to, I guess, double Collision Colossus. If we draw a land, we can just Fling/Raking Claws them. Opponent may attack in and pump Knight of Autumn. That is our best bet here. If they do that, we might even be able to take them down next turn. But they go for a Midnight Reaper. That shows they're willing to block because they did not attack in with the Knight first. So, let's see what we could do. We could go Collision Colossus, but then we don't have a pump spell for Raking Claws. So, I think the best bet is going with a second Dorat, untapping next turn, and just finishing out the game. Ideally, that is the ideal, of course, not necessarily what will happen. Opponent plays Umori. Naming creature. Probably. Yep, opponent goes for an Umori. Names land. No, names creature. Swings in with the Midnight Reaper. We'll take 3 damage. We drew another land. Not really what we were looking for there, but let's Colossus on the Arcanist. Throw the Dorats. Swing in with the team. And now, so we're definitely casting the Colossus. Well, let's see if we pump here. And we'll have 6, we'll have 10. Yeah, we get them like that. Doesn't rely on them choosing blockers. I like that way better. Put the counters on them. And let's just show them. Got them. Boom. Bam, bam. Give them a good game. Taking down another Umori deck. Well, not another Umori deck. The other deck looked like an Umori deck, but was not. But taking down an Umori deck. And I will see you guys in the next game. Moving on to game 3. Looking to get another quick win here. Let's see what happens. Looking for an opponent. I think this deck is fine in the meta. You could probably get 53% win rate, 55% win rate maybe, but I don't think you're getting anywhere near Luca Yorian win rates at like 65%, 67% if you're good. Just don't think you're matching up to that, but this deck is mainly for fun, less so competing. But it can do you some good in some challenges. You can get people out of nowhere who don't expect the giant growth when they go for their Clarion. And you can also get some Lurus players who don't have anything in the sky. Pretty basic hand. Domri's Ambush to interact with the opponent. Dreadhorde Arcanist to get something back. Fervent Champion, apply early aggression. Probably going to go double shock here, unless the opponent plays a Arboreal Grazer. Opponent mulligans. Down to 6, plays a Temple. Got the fancy Ashiok Slaves. We draw another Dreadhorde Arcanist. So we're going to shock for a Fervent Champion. 4 options up next turn. Either a creature or some interaction. Or plays another trio. We're going to go shock Arcanist. Drawing a land here would be pretty good for us. Oh? Opt. Okay. I was about to say, probably has an opt here. So, what do I think the opponent is on? Sultai mid-range that doesn't play creatures? That seems very possible. Nice, we drew the lands. Alright, so we can go Domri's ambush onto the Ikoria. We can infuriate the Arcanist. Swing in. Get the infuriate. Pump the Arcanist. Is this up to 1? No, it's only target. When it drops down to 9, we have them dead next turn with double infuriate. But they go for a questing beast. Alright, so we'll check out our options. I think we have them here. We go infuriate. We swing in. We get back Domri's ambush to kill. And then we Raking Claws for lethal. Nice turn 4 win there against Sultai something. And with that out of the way, I will see you guys in the next game. Okay, hopping into game 4. Probably going to do quite a few games this time because this deck is very fast. Each game is like 5 minutes long, 7 minutes long. But, so here we see a pretty good hand. We have Pump Spell plus a double striker. Incubation we can play as a turn 1, but I think we're going to save it for incongruity because we have the creatures we want. Just need to make sure we can interact a bit, get our Dreadhorde Arcanist into a good attacking spot. That's a nice draw. Now we can go Arcanist, and I mean, we'd like an untapped lands here, depending on what the opponent has. Probably on blue-black flash. Might just Heartless Act me right now. Nope. Holding up mana. Well, that's fine with me. We go for a Dorat. And opponent. Tyrant scorns the Dreadhorde Arcanist. So, again, probably on blue-black flash. Not the best matchup, because they can kill our creatures, but here we have the incubation to find us another one in case all of the creatures die. And incubation can whiff pretty often because of the lack of high quantities of creatures, but it's still a good card to have. Let's go with a... let's just move to combat. Let's get in there for 1. Probably. Opponent might have a Slither Wisp here. We'll see. They're timing out. So we're gonna swing in. They are going to Heartless Act me. Please, Heartless Act it. If they do, we can either put a counter in response, or if they choose remove the counters, then we cannot put counters on it, let it resolve, and then put the counters on it. But I think they're more of just playing Slither Wisp plan in comparison to going with a Heartless Act. I don't even know if they play Heartless Act. A lot of people have called that card bad, so I don't think many people are playing it now. But we will Giant Growth. Opponent played 2 castles, one of which is Loch Thwain. So that may mean they are not all about the lifestyle of countering. But if they are, we're doing great. Okay, so they quench it. We will pay for it. Yeah. Not doing anything else this turn. That's all they had. So opponent takes 5 down to 14. Got a counter on the Dorat, so it's now immune to Heartless Act, which is awesome. Opponent plays a swamp up to 4 mana. Now they can start double spelling. They can quench plus Nightbonder, quench plus... I don't really know the blue-black flash deck that well, but you know what I'm talking about, guys. Anyways. Fervent Champion. And an incubation here, just so we get the counter, so we can Raking Claws for a bit more damage before they start to wipe my board. Ideally gonna hit a Lord Dracus here. We whiffed. Got 3 lands out of the way though, so that's nice. Let us go into combat. Swing it for 4. Opponent flashes in a Primal Cutthroat. Yep, that's good. We'll go to blockers. Flashes in a Cunning Nightbonder. Yeah. Opponent uses our entire turn putting creatures onto the battlefield. So we'll go to damage. And then get to Domri's Ambush on the Nightbonder, because that allows them to double spell more easily. Whereas Primordial Cutthroat just grows, but I think they're losing the race. We really want to get them into racing mode, because if they tap out, we just win this turn. But they're probably not going to, because they are playing Blue-Black Flash. So, I mean, we'll see. Probably going to mutate Sea or Octopus. Yep, gets a 3/3. Maybe we should have killed Cunning Nightbonder, expecting that, because you can't mutate onto humans, and Nightbonder is a human. So, that would have been a great play there. Did not make that one, though. Okay, so, now, we drew a Lord Dracus. So let's mutate Dracus onto Dorat, see what the opponent does, and if they try to interact, opponent counters it. Nice, that's what we wanted. Down to just 2 black, Raking Claws on Dorat. Get a counter, give it double strike, swing in for lethal. There, I think we were in an awesome spot, because if we drew a land, we could pay for Mystical Dispute, and drawing a threat was also good, because chances are they would counter it. But I will see you guys in a 5th game, I guess. I mean, why not? These are going so quick. Alright, hopping into game number 5. Have not lost a single game with this deck. I can show you guys in Arena Tutor. 100% win rate with Temur Pump, 5-0. Way top of the list right there. Bottom is Ors of Laris. Not going to show you all the lists, because there are a bunch here which I'm going to be showing you guys in videos. So you'll have to wait for those to find out what they are. But up against B Snipes. Interesting name. 2 tap lands, but a Dorat. I mean, if we draw a single untapped land, this hand is awesome. And against Laris, you really just gotta try and go fast. That is not an untapped land. Being on the play here would be very advantageous. Starting out this game, not looking the brightest. It's an Orzhov Laris deck. Yep, this is the deck I was showing you guys that I had a 33% win rate with. So, good for us. Not good for us that we didn't draw an untapped land, and we keep drawing these doubling effects because they do not stack. Only Fling Raking Claw stack. Oh boy, so we're taking 2 damage per creature. The knight is going to be growing a shock, probably, for another knight. Oh god. This practically looks unwinnable now. Gonna have to have some really good draws. Like, untapped land into untapped land, and have to not die from the opponent. Which is hard, seeing as they have 2 Corpse Knights and 2 Ebon Legion Knights out. We draw an untapped land now. Okay, that is the start that we need. I'm going to go with a Giant Growth now. Did some damage. I want to say we can win next turn if we draw an untapped land. It has to be a red land or a green land. Just can't be an island. And we can win. If they don't get... Well, let's see. Colossus. Give it... Unless we're just dead right here. They have an Ember Cleave. Oh, I think we're just dead to a Knight of Ebon Legion Pump. Let's see. Haven't done the math. Yeah, that just looks like lethal. Alright. That sucks. 5-1 now. There goes the 100% win rate. But We were close to that game. One more turn, and we might have been able to win it. See you guys in the next game. Okay, hopping into the 6th and final game here. Up against Nias with a Lazav avatar. Playing no companion. Here we see a pretty good hand. Going to be able to go Dorat into Pump, into maybe Fling. I think our best draw here is untapped lands into the Collision Colossus, I think it's called. But so let's go Breeding Pool tapped so that we can play our Mountain to get out Dorat. Opponent goes Swamp Ocelot. Okay, so double Fling, that kind of sucks. That's where we really prefer Raking Claws, which is why we split 2 Flings, 3 Raking Claws. But apparently 2 is enough to draw 2, so. Ooh, Nipper. Okay, opponent's playing some sort of counter style. Let's see. I think we just go Infuriate. Giant Growth. We're just gonna go ham here. Not gonna give the opponent a chance to do, I don't know what. Could have waited 1 turn, but they probably have removal. Grim Dancer. Okay, if we draw any pump spell, we just win. If we draw any spell, we just win. That'll do it. And swing in for 7. And finish them off with a Fling. Another turn 4 kill. And with that said, I will see you guys in the deck wrap-up. Okay, so for the deck wrap-up, I think the deck has its highs and then its lows. It's really good against a slow starting deck or a really fast starting deck with no interaction. But it's not good if your opponent takes out all your early creatures, because pump spells are pretty bad because they don't draw you cards. And if you don't have creatures to use them on, they really suck. Like, they're atrocious. Maybe you could pitch to me removing green for white in order to play Feather. Get a couple more tricks, but I don't think it's enough to drop green where you have Giant Growth and Collision Colossus, let alone Dami's Ambush. But I think the deck is competitive. I think it is playable. But I had a really good run here. I don't think you guys will go 5-1 if you're playing in ranked. I don't think this is the 10-1 Mythic qualifier deck that you should be playing. But I do think it's a good deck. Tons of fun to play, pretty easy to craft, and it's just generally powerful enough to win you some games while being not super competitive enough that it gets repetitive. But it has some nice cards to try out, like Lazatep Plating. Didn't really show it off in the games. Lord Rex is a cool synergy with a lot of the stuff we're doing. I like the 1 opt. I think it really sews everything together. Maybe you'd even go up to 2 ops and take out a plating, because that's not too good. But I do think the deck is cool. I do think the deck is fun. And if you guys want to try it out, let me know how you guys do in the comments below. And if you have any changes that you think would help the deck, tell me those too. Always looking to improve the decks I make. But anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. If you did like the video, don't forget to like and subscribe down below. And leave a comment telling me what your favorite game was, or which out of these cards are your favorite. Without further ado, I'll see you guys in the next video.